Oh boy, do I have a mold for you fellas. 'Tis still the season to drop these little fellas down the hole. Look at that. Tails, shot separately, pulled off, placed in there, all of theirs, and inject the body. 2 colors. Different colored tail, different colored body. Yet another epic bait molds collaboration, but this is the first ice bait that I've done with them. This is a PreyBait body with a spike tail, 1 1/4 inch long. And of course that can be used for anything, it's not just ice fishing. You could put that under a slip bobber, catch crappie on the spawn. You could just be doing some ultralight fishing for bluegill. That tail, it's a diamond shaped spike tail. I don't know what it is about that tail, but you do not have to move this bait. And it's just shimmying. It's doing the wiggle constantly. Let's shoot some. Let's see the action in my test tank. I got one rigged up right here. Let's see the action in my test tank first thing. Can you get 50-pound braid through a tungsten jig eyelet? Yes. Yes, you can. I know some people that would ice fish with that braid. I always have a little station for Chelsea to come out here and tie jigs and bucktails and treble hooks and stuff, but I don't think she ever has once. It's always there though, Chelsea. Like when you're holding an ice fishing rod, like you can't keep perfectly still. Why aren't you focusing? Like that's my heartbeat, just holding this. And I'm telling you right now, that does something to fish, just your heartbeat and dead sticking it like that. Then you can jig it too. And that does stuff to fish as well. It's not too difficult to do stuff to fish. I have some other color combos and whatnot made, but let's shoot a couple color combos on camera here. We're going with a dark colored tail, pearly dark, and an extremely gold body for this first color. So, toughest part about this mold is getting these tails into the body, as you could probably guess. These are tiny. These are probably 3/4 of an inch long, super thin little things that have to go in there nicely, but you just saw me put worm oil on the mold before I started placing these tails on. That's important. Then it actually works pretty nice. You just put the tail on there and then slide it into place. Makes it really easy. And we've been looking at the wrong mold this whole time. Wow. Right here. I've been working on over here. Because the tails are diamond shaped, it makes it so much easier to get them into these grooves. There's like a centering groove down the middle of the whole tail. Anyway, the mold. The dark tails have been inserted into all 10 cavities of this mold. And it's pretty convenient. The tails, it has a small hole. The bodies have a larger hole. That makes it easy to remember which one to shoot and when. Very little plastisol required. And you don't need to top off your sprue. These are ice baits. Pretty sweet. I like little baits. Injecting them and whatnot. What am I saying? Ooh. Grand reveal. I just did it without thinking. There we go. You see, those are spiffy. That is just a ridiculously good looking bait. It's so nice how that bottom fin too is the same color as the spike. That adds a little bit of extra something something. Let me see how close I can get. The thing about this mold is that there's just a stupid amount of detail in such a small bait. It's like it's not fair. There's that much detail in an 1 1/4 inch bait. There's a fin, there's a top fin, there's a bottom fin, there's scales, there's ribs on the bottom, and then it transitions into scales on the top. There's a gill structure, and there's a tiny little eye dot. Whoops! Was going for a drop. It was a squirt. Whoops. I stirred in a bunch of super small red flake as well. There we have one heck of a tail color. Ooh, those are bright red tails, man. Very bright. It's good to just triple check everything before you put the second half on. Oh boy. I think this will be the last color. And then we're gonna go fishing. Today. This isn't Inject to catch one day. One day? Didn't even realize that. Oh goodness gracious. Look at those colors, fellas. That's impressive. I wish I had a jig that matched these colors perfectly because this is something. It's a green chartreuse with a very, very bright red tail. I'm gonna, let's see the medium action plastisol in the test tank. There, I actually have it on some 8-pound test fluoro. That's just me holding it, and that's my heartbeat. Putting some shakes into the bait. I like what that tail's doing. Medium blend and craw too. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey man, that's beautiful. We are tied up. Got my jigs, got my baits. There is so much stuff to bring for ice fishing. Lives. My sled is in somebody else's truck right now. Let me get organized. I'll see you out on the pond. Auger, fishing poles, sled. Ooh, almost fell right there. It's snowing. Great. It's supposed to be 8 inches out here, so I feel fine fishing on that. I think that when somebody sticks a flag in the ice, it's a good bet to fish here. Stuff that YouTubers have to deal with. Got hooks stuck in your dead cats. I was gonna use that for the thumbnail, but now it's all fuzzy. Bob Saget. Woo, it's a little chilly out here today. I wanna get this hole drilled. 2 holes. Get in my tent. Oh. I just hit the mother load. Whoa. Let's flip this tent over. Got him. That was 4 feet of water. What are you doing up there? It's official. That bait is gone. They like this bait. Did I remember my pliers? Oh, I got a flathead. Think flathead will do? Flathead does. It's official. Bluegill like the ice prey. That's the name of this bait, the ice prey. Okay. Jeez, boy. And it's official. Flatheads work as hook removers. That was a double official right there. A successful one day through the ice. I didn't even show you the times. I don't really care. So they're eating it up high. I caught that fish in 4 feet of water, and I'm fishing in 13, well, 12 and a half. How about some top water then? You guys gonna come eat it? Well, let's try a different color. Fish coming in quick. Oh, you guys saw that. Certainly a finicky day for these fish. Since I only caught one, I want another. Oop, I got one coming up. Okay, I got some fluorocarbon on my tickle stick. I'm gonna throw that on, or use it with one of these baits. I cut the body down a bit on one. This jig's tiny, but that spike tail is so nice. Instant. I think my drag's extremely light. This fish isn't that big. Just a normal size bluegill. But that was instant, fellas. Instant. I know, it's not the whole bait, but these fish want something tiny today. Instant. Okay. It got tangled. It must have gotten tangled. Goodness gracious. Did I break? Yep. It got tangled up down there on something. There's moss left on my hook. Maybe we should go with a smaller version of this bait too, just for the extra small tungsten jig heads like that, you know? I don't know if Jason can get much smaller with the tooling he's got and stuff, but He probably can. Makes just a super, super, super small, what, like 3/4 inch ice prey. If I catch another fish again, I'm not gonna say instant. And I'm sorry for being cringy in the first place. Can you guys even see? There's my belly in the way. Yeah, you guys can see. That's a nice shot. I got a new GoPro. It's looking fire. Sorry, I'll stop. That was cringy too. Give it the old finger tapper. See my finger? That's a trick of the trade right here. Watch, fish is right here. It's gonna bite. Maybe this fish isn't biting because I'm not tapping hard enough. Give it more tappy. Here comes the bite. Tapping? More tappy? No? Okay. Wow. Never mind, fellas. Slow day. Uh-oh. Okay. I need to figure out what to do. Ah, that's not good. Ah. Not bottomed out.
What's up?
Hey, bad news. I'm stuck down here.
You are?
Yeah. It's I'm just on some uneven land here. I don't know who to call. If I call Jesse or
Actually call Jesse's brother.
okay.
He handles a lot of cows and stuff around there.
Oh, okay.
I'll give him a call, and as soon as I know something, I'll give you a call back.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you. Apparently I was the 5th person in 2 days to get stuck down there, so they closed up the gates. We're gonna have to walk down from now on. Driving down there was a choice of pure laziness on my part, but Keith got me out, brought the tractor down. Thanks. This mold, spectacular little ice bait. If you're going for something with a profile, if you want some mass on your tungsten jig, and you don't just want a skinny little spike tail, you want a minnow body with some detail, contrasting colors or just natural colors, anything. Of course, you're making the bait, you make it exactly how you want, but epicbaitmolds.com, Jason and Amanda, thank you for designing molds with me and being so awesome and stuff. Said it before, saying it again, I'm extremely grateful that I'm developing this library or catalog of molds. You can go support them and me by getting into soft plastic baits and injecting and pouring your own stuff and getting some of these molds that we're designing. And yeah, man, we're getting these into the hands of a lot of very happy bait makers. Glad that molds are coming out a lot like this. It's a process. Like, I am constantly coming up and designing all sorts of insane stuff in my free time, and then doing these molds with Epic Bait Molds, and it is a process, dude. There is a deceiving amount of stuff that goes into one of these molds, but it is really growing on me at the same time too. Just thinking long term and thinking how much satisfaction I'm getting out of designing this stuff. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but thank you, Jason and Amanda from Epic Bait Molds. Go support them. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of talking here. And if you don't care about this channel, you're not going to find it very important, but if you do, stick around. I got some baits to show you. Wooden ones. Look at this. Remember this? Made a video about this, carving this bad boy out and testing its action. It's finished. Let's give you the shot you deserve here, buddy. I'm talking to the bait. Look at that paint job. Scales disappear, goes into the blotchy white specks. I got a weird like sardine shad dot pattern going down here with the gold up there too. Silver and red tiny flake throughout the clear coat on this too. Fantastic. If I don't sell this by the time it's convenient for me to take it out and show you guys the action on camera of that thing, I will, but I might sell it. Sorry. It's just the way stuff goes, you know, when you're selling stuff. This is the last batch of baits I'm going to be selling this winter, by the way. I'm going full YouTube mode. You might have noticed my YouTube videos are slowing down. It's because of this stuff. I underestimated how much time this stuff would take. It takes a lot. This lure's name is Greg. I'm not kidding. This is Greg. I have an uncle named Greg. It's weird, but on Instagram I posted this bait and I gave an example of a name that would be cool. Like I think I said Ultramatic Gill 9000 or something. It's got the holographic foil behind the paint job. It looks just, as a bright gill pattern, this is one of my favorites I've ever painted. Lipless crankbait, of course. Big, beefy, stout, lipless crankbait with an amazing paint job. It's just doing something in my fishing brain right now. Oh, anyway, Instagram posted, asked everybody what the name should be. I said the name with the most likes will be the name of this bait when I sell it on my website. And the name with the most likes was Greg. Next, LSD crappie needs one more clear coat, and then I will assemble the whole thing. I got distracted looking in the viewfinder at this. I just stopped talking. I am happy with this bait. I got a couple more, 1 second. Here's a topwater walking bait, just a walking bait. It's got the sharp angle under the mouth there. Push some water under it, get it to walk. It's weighted right there. The bump on the back is where the weight is. So it's gonna do this a little bit. It's gonna sit in the water like that and it's gonna... Extremely colorful, topwater walking bait. Probably some kind of trout. Did not have a fish in mind when I painted this. I just wanted something just unbelievably visual. A lot of stuff going on. This is like fish notice a bait like back here, you know? Not exactly where it is right here, but like in the distance, fish notice a bait, unless you threw it right on its head or something. And look at that. Aren't you interested in what that is back there? Because it's so colorful and weird. That's what I was going for. And as you get closer, it gets better and better. And then boom. That's probably not how lures work, but that's how I like to think they work. And then I went with a very traditional style jerkbait. Sleek, slim, needs one more clear coat because I'm getting some fish eyeing on the top. Like, that stresses me out more than anything when it comes to bait making. You see the clear coat up on the flank there? How it's not even and it's fish eyeing a little bit. This might need 2 more and that might not even fix it. This might be a loss and I'll just throw this in my tackle box. I wouldn't mind having this to fish with because it's a big, beefy, sometimes that's the answer right there. Actually, that big of a jerkbait is the answer. It's undeniably there. Once again, we're doing this again. The bait's just undeniably there because it's so big, but it's still a slim, sleek little jerkbait action, which I don't need to hold it back there anymore, which during slower times can catch you a buttload of fish. Now that we got all of our fishing theories and explanations out of the way, I have a couple more baits that I'm working on, and these are for videos, and I'll show you them right now. I'm just going to show you them. I'm not going to explain anything. That's for the video. I love the shape on that. I'll shut up. I'm not going to explain anything. I just really like the shape of this. You see like the little bump that catfish actually have that? Okay, a little slot up there. Okay, I think the video's over. Thanks for sticking around while I talked at you. On to the next bait.